Okay, well, today I'm going to do a fish and chorizo stew, which I've simplified for using on a boat. I've done it on the boat, and I think it was originally a river cottage recipe. And if you get the river cottage recipe, he does a roasted tomato sauce, which I have done in the kitchen at home, but I'm doing this today to make things easier for boats, really. I'm supposed to caravanning too. Anyway, I'll show you the ingredients.
Fish pie mix, about 400 grams, and a seafood selection, 250 grams. The original recipe I think it's just basically a pound of mixed fish. Anyway, I'll use that a bit more, doesn't matter, it's a stew, you can add it on. Sliced chorizo, across on the angle, you can see. That's important because you'll be frying that, you wanted to get across and to get it all done nicely. It looks prettier too, like that. Now if you walk around here, there's the size of pan I'm going to use with olive oil. The potatoes, you can see, are fairly small cubes. There's some garlic, sliced onions, and sesame seed. Now you should use chopped parsley, but I haven't got any, so I may throw in some dry parsley at some point. And also you can use some greens at the end to make weight, but I'm using chickpeas, and I'm also using chopped tomato sauce, Italian tomato sauce juice, because I'm not doing the roasted tomatoes, but I might do that in another recipe, just show you how it is, because that's a good recipe on its own. Roasted tomato sauce, use it in pasta, you can use it with meatballs pretty well. It's a very good way to do it. Anyway, I'll be cooking that. I very nearly forget, 2 sticks of celery, and I suppose really I could use these leaves garnishing at the end, which I probably will do. Right, I've got the oil. It was smoky, I've taken it down because it was too hot. And now I'm taking the chorizo, which I'm putting in first. Putting in slowly because I don't want to reduce the temperature of the oil. Fry that so it turns a little bit brown. It doesn't take too long actually. Changes colour a bit. It's on a number 6, that. Right, they've turned a little bit brown. The oil gets a bit discoloured too with the chorizo. That's there. Everything else is very simple, it's all a matter of preparing. That's what I say it's good for a boat. Right, here go the onions. Push them in there. I'll just break up this cutting, because I slice them all. And slicing done. So just breaking them all up. What I'm putting in now is I'm now putting in the celery and garlic. I put them both together. About 4 pods chopped garlic I did. That's in there. More celery and the seeds go in. Fennel seeds. Just a pinch of fennel seed because it'd be too strong either way.
give it a quick stir around. Now, what I'm going to do to this now, I'm going to add potato, which I've cubed, and I showed you that. Right, there's potato. That's about 700 grams of that. 750 grams, I think. Maybe a bit too much, actually. I think I should have used a larger pan. I'm going to switch this in a minute to a larger pan. Right, now I've just left it gently frying for about 10 minutes just to soften the main vegetables, well, the tomato, onions, I suppose. A little bit softer now, you can see. And the celery is also in there. About 10 minutes will do. A bit longer, it won't matter. You've still got a fair bit of cooking to do. Right, now there's the bottle of wine. I think it's about probably about 250 mils, that. Anyway, a white wine. And what you got to do is pour that in. I think that's, I don't know what it is in mils. The bottle actually says 12.5% by volume, which is 18.7 cl, if that helps you all. But I think it's about 250 ml. Anyway, that's what I've done. Now the idea now is to now let that get in there, and I've got to reduce that by half. So we'll let that do there while it does that, and I'm going to make some fish stock, which I didn't mention earlier, which is I'm using that as a fish stock there, stock pot fish, gnaw. That'll do. I mean, I think if you're on a boat and you can't get fish stock, which may, well, certainly on the Caribbean islands, be more difficult, and you can't make your own, I'd use a vegetable stock or even water if you have to. You know, it won't matter. So I'm just going to leave that now to reduce by half. Now the way I do that is I flatten it all out, and then what I try and do is I see there how far it's got, which is from the side of the pan, it's about that. So what I'll do is I'll just make for that to go down significantly below that. So what's that? Yeah, something like about where that is there. Definitely science, does it? You just need to make sure it's obviously reduced.